Hello, YouTube. We're going to talk about Incredible Hulk now, because it's a strange...
That's right. We're on that algorithm, baby.
It's weirdly, yes. For the first time, probably since it came out, Incredible Hulk is relevant to the MCU algorithm.
Hulk wasn't even relevant when it came.
Yeah. If anything, it's most relevant now, because weirdly, She-Hulk is making Hulk lore relevant.
So Abomination came back in She-Hulk.
And the dude, the scientist dude that's in Incredible Hulk that we were joking about coming back
is
also coming back in the next Captain America or something.
Yeah.
I don't know why these characters
also
keep coming back.
General Ross came back.
Yeah.
Like years ago in Civil War.
But I don't want to talk too much about MCU.
The Incredible Hulk.
I just think the Incredible Hulk is such a weird movie.
It's an orphan of history. It was one of the first, if you count it as the MCU, which you don't because it isn't the MCU. It's not the MCU. There's Iron Man, and then Hulk was supposed to be the next step in that MCU, but Hulk was so bad that they retconned that. Then
it got monkey roped into the actual MCU.
Yeah, it got roped into the MCU in the sense that technically that Hulk is supposed to be this Hulk, except they completely change his face. They completely change everything about his back.
In the Incredible Hulk. So it's just such a so when I first got into the MCU, I watched Iron Man. I was trying to catch up before Avengers. And I'm like, this is the first Avengers. And I'm like, okay, let's watch Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Hulk, right? Little did I know there were two of Hulks.
There's
two very different Hulks.
There's 2003's The Hulk by Ang Lee, which, funny enough, seems like it was meant to tie into this movie in an earlier draft.
So I watched 2003 Ang Lee Hulk when I was preparing for Avengers. I never felt the need to correct my mistake.
No.
And it's not that now I do, but it's more that Incredible Hulk, like Abomination showing up in She-Hulk, Incredible Hulk lore was starting to become relevant.
Sorry.
And I just think the movie is fascinating because it's such a strange... It starts out with the tone of, like, bad mid-2000s superhero movie. Like Daredevil or Ghost Rider.
It's extremely mid-2000s Daredevil, Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Anything that wasn't the X-Men movies, and arguably even some of the X-Men movies. Yeah. It takes itself way too seriously, has all this dramatic music. The lighting is super fucking dark. Which kind of works with the Hulk scenes because they were designed this Hulk to be very physically imposing, kind of like a horror character.
But then as the movie goes on, it becomes a little more MCU-like. Like the scientist...
to the point where the third act is is
CGI MCU battle, but lit like a Snyder movie. Like, Incredible Hulk has every version of cape shit within it.
Yes.
The bad 2000s... The 2000s mediocre superhero movie, the MCU because there's some weird quips and joke scenes.
The second half turns into an MCU movie.
The jokes and quips will show up and you'll be like, huh, well that's an MCU moment. And then
the lighting it gets brighter and brighter.
It gets a little more comedic. Then they introduce the scientist character.
That's
that guy is straight up MCU.
He isn't an MCU character, but he could easily work in the MCU.
And apparently he is going to, because they're going to bring him back, I guess.
Yeah, because he's written to be like a play on the mad scientist archetype.
Yeah.
But you could easily just rewrite him to be the
wears t-shirts
to be the quirky nerd character.
Yeah. So it's this weird amalgamation of the weird self-seriousness and dark and bland color palette of a Snyder film with the mediocrity of a 2000s Morbius type superhero film.
Well, yeah, Morbius is a good comparison because Morbius is desperately trying to be a early 2000s superhero movie.
And it also is in the MCU. It's in the MCU, but it has all this weird DNA from all these other weird superhero from all these other superhero movies. Like, it has DNA from the 2003 Hulk.
Yeah.
They rushed through his transformation to the Hulk
because it was
in an intro
because it was
in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, if I
the whole that part of the movie from the Hulk 2003 is supposed to be canon to this movie.
If I had just watched The Incredible Hulk when I was trying to prepare for the MCU and not watched the 2003 Hulk, I would have been less prepared, I think. Because I would have been watching that movie and been like, wait, how did he turn into the Hulk?
They don't start his arc in
it feels like
The Incredible Hulk.
The second act.
And they don't even start his end, and they don't even end his arc in The Incredible Hulk. The entirety of The Incredible Hulk is just this middle portion of The Incredible Hulk's arc. It's where he is on the run from the military and trying to do something about his curse.
It's so strange.
And
I'd like to be clear, it's not a good movie.
No.
This is not a recommendation. But my curiosity was sated.
It is fascinating in a car crash style.
Yes, I came into thinking, like, this is fascinating. This forgotten MCU movie that nobody cares about, where the lead was played by somebody different than the person playing the character now. And it has completely different tone.
A talented actor, completely out of his depth.
Oh yeah, Edward Norton has no idea how to play this in the way that you would play a cape shit superhero movie. He's playing it way too serious, and so his depressed, traumatized character, the performance he's giving would work in a drama.
But it's not a drama.
Because it's the Hulk, it's just like weird.
He just comes off as weird and like
moody and like bored.
Yeah.
Like it's such a strange movie. It's not even its existence in the MCU is weird, and it's this weird middle bridge between what superhero movies were and what superhero movies would become in the future after it.
You can see.
And if that sounds interesting to you, it's worth watching for that reason.
Yeah.
But not.
Don't go into this movie thinking you're going to have a fun time.
Don't think that it's some MCU hidden gem. There's definitely a reason that it has not been relevant to the MCU until now. All of a sudden, thanks She-Hulk.
Thanks
She-Hulk.
Okay, wait.
To my review of that one.
Okay.
Puts in clip of She-Hulk twerking with Megan Thee
Stallion.
Yada.
Okay. There's a scene, the scientist character. There is a scene where, after he cures the Hulk and then creates the abomination, he gets hit into a wall and then Hulk blood gets into his head. Is he gonna become and his codename was Mr. Blue. Is he gonna become the fucking Blue Hulk? He's gonna have a massive swollen brain instead of being super strong?
Okay, the brain thing is actually dead on. I stumbled upon this days after we watched the movie. We saw that scene and we were like, well, that's a plot thread they never used. Then I read Tim Blake Nelson, and there's a picture of the actor, has been cast as the leader for Captain America 4. And then I'm like, okay, who's the leader? It literally is a Hulk, but brain instead of brawn. He's not blue, so I don't know why.
They should turn him blue because of Mr. Blue. That would be funny. No, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
But I would enjoy the reference.